Good morning, first graders. Who's ready to do some math? Everybody ready? Okay. Well, I have a problem I need help solving. I have 14 pieces of candy left over from Easter.
I have candy left over from Easter too.
So do I.
I have a
Class?
Yes.
Very good. Okay, let's get back on topic. So I have 14 pieces of candy, and I'm trying to figure out how many more I need to equal 20, because we have 20 students in our class. So today, you will be grouped in pairs, and you will solve the story problem I've written on the board. Does anyone know what a story problem is or have an idea? Have you ever tried to solve a story problem?
Something that needs to be figured out.
Something that needs to be figured out. Very good, Kylie. Okay. And in this story problem, it has the word, how many more pieces of candy do I need? What do you think what do you think more means in the story problem? Adding, very good, okay. What do you think less would mean? Just subtracting. So when you see how many more pieces of candy do I need, you are, say it again?
Adding.
Very good, Kelly. Okay. So, and maybe when we're all done with this lesson, I'll know how many more pieces of candy we need, and I will get that many more, so everybody will have them. Okay. So if you could, one of you could read this for me out loud, that would be great. Kylie?
Today we'll learn how to solve a story problem using addition.
Very good. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay. So, I'm going to hand out some manipulatives or straws to help you count. This is another adding strategy using items to solve the story problem. Okay. And you're working in pairs? Okay. And make sure you write down all your work on your board or pieces of paper, because at the end you will be presenting your answers to the class. So go ahead, begin. Remember to use your straws.
Let's try it in green.
And the story problems up here on the board. Remember
So
how
we
many?
have 14 right now.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Kylie. Let's class.
Yes.
Good job. Okay, let's together count the candy just so we can remember how many we have and help us understand how many more we need. So we'll start with Kylie.
1,
2,
3, 4,
5,
6, 7,
8, 9,
10,
11, 12,
13.
14.
Very good. So how many do we have all together? 14. Very good. Does the candy look good to you, kiddos?
Yes.
All right. So let's work hard, and hopefully we can solve the problem, and we'll be able to each get a piece of candy at the end. So go ahead and begin.
6,
Remember the story problem's up here on the board if you need it.
8,
And if you want to write down the problem, that might be helpful as well.
I'll write it down while you're.
okay.
And if you can find an equation within this story problem, you can also write that down to help you. Whatever works. Good job.
This is 14. And we need to get
So, like,
20.
is that what you meant? Like 14 plus
That's a very good
this
idea.
equals this.
Yeah, nice work.
Do you want to try counting by threes first?
Sure. Is
5, 6,
So it's right.
So can you tell me what you did right there?
Well, I just wrote down how many pieces of candy I had with the number of how many students we have in the class, and then I wrote this problem here so that I can remember exactly what I'm doing
Very
to remind
good.
me that I have to figure out.
Nice work, Kylie.
That's too much.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
6 and 17. And we need another 3.
Should we try counting by twos then?
So these are all the candy.
Put it in pairs.
So this is our candy.
What were you what was your first attempt?
We put each group of 3, but it didn't work.
How come it didn't work?
We had too many and it wouldn't have worked if we would have put another one with it.
We had too many because groups of 3 equaled how much, or what did you come up with? Made it too many. What's too many?
23.
You had 23. Okay.
Yeah.
You needed, and how many are you trying to find?
20.
20. Okay.
So for 14, 15, 16.
So this is my candy here, and
Okay,
then
go.
this is how much we have until 20.
Okay, so just solve the problem, and at the end of the lesson, you will present your answers.
Okay, so then it'll be 15, 16, 17. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. You can keep your manipulatives out for sharing your answers. Who would like, which group would like to go first? Kylie, okay, go ahead and explain what you did and show us how you came up with your
So-
answer.
I first wrote down the problem, 14 pieces of candy plus whatever number of more pieces of candy we need, which equals 20 because that's how many students we have in the class.
Okay, very good.
So I counted out 14 straws here to show that where there's
Make sure
14,
we're listening, girls.
14 pieces of candy. And then I counted from 14 to 20 here. So then I had it, so they weren't together. So then I just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 straws mean that there's 6 more pieces of candy we need to equal 20 altogether.
Oh, very good. Wow, did everybody hear that? What did you learn from her strategy, Cassie? Callie, could you help her?
She figured out that we needed 6 pieces of candy to make everyone in the class have a piece.
Okay, can you repeat just the last part of what you did, your grouping, how you grouped?
I had 14 pieces of candy here, and then the group over here was how many pieces left to get to 20, and then I just counted how many was left, and there were 6. So then I realized that there were 6 more pieces we needed.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Nice job, Kylie. Okay, go ahead.
We first started with groups of 3, but we didn't figure it out because if we added another group, there'd be too many pieces of candy.
Oh, okay.
So we tried with groups of 2, and so we found groups of 2 to get to 14, and then all of these straws equals 20, and so then we took 14, and then what was left to get to 20 in groups of 2.
And what was your answer?
You got 6.
So we need how many more pieces?
6 pieces.
Very good. Okay, nice work. You all 3 had great ideas. Okay, so who wants to read what we learned today?
I will.
Okay.
Today we will learn how to solve a story problem using addition.
Okay, did you feel confident that you learned how to solve the story problem?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll have more practice with story problems soon. Okay, good job.